Roderick has quite a reputation. He's the one you need to worry about.
He's gonna turn the whole school against me. You don't need Connor or any of them. I know a way for you to turn this around. Party of the century.
I want to know all your secrets. Why did you really come here from Philly?
You okay with this?
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Bel-Air, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Bel-Air Season 1, Episode 7. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to go over all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. Now the title of the episode is called Payback's a Bitch, and once again the description reads: Will and Carlton throw a house party at the bank's mansion. Viv and Phil attend an art event. So those are the key elements of this episode. Things got real serious between Lisa and Will. We saw what happened. He finally clapped those cheeks. And of course, they didn't care what Uncle Phil was saying and what Freddie Fred was saying. They was going to see each other. But we know it's going to be some consequences of their actions at this party. Your boy Carlton, he already knew what time it was when he saw them at the end of the episode. He was wondering where in the hell Will went off to. He could not find him at all. But at the end of the episode, he figured like, okay, I see what they was doing. And he's very upset. But if Lisa wasn't there, your boy Carlton probably would have just got arrested, right? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I guess Will and Carlton will continue to have issues. We know eventually they're going to have to squash this and get over all the different things that they're going through. But as of right now, it's definitely not the case. But let's get into this recap. What did we see? As I told you, I'm going to try to focus on the key points. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. So the episode begins off with Lisa having a conversation with her pops, and also Will having a conversation with Uncle Phil, and they're pretty much talking about the same topic of discussion. Uncle Phil wants Will to step back from Lisa, and Freddie Fred wants Lisa to step back from Will. And of course he does ask her about, you know, her knowing about Will's past and what really happened back in Philly, and she's telling him like, look, I'm not going to spy on him. I'm not going to do that. But we know he just wants her to stay away from the house until everything is over with this whole campaign. And Uncle Phil pretty much tells Will the exact same thing. Putting distance between him and Lisa is probably the best move as of right now. I mean, her knowing about what you really did back in Philly could cause some issues for this whole campaign, right? But it ain't like Will and Lisa even listen. They still was sneaking around, hanging out with each other. They understand that they family don't want them seeing each other, but they're not going to stop, and they continue to mess around throughout the whole episode. Now your girl Hilary, she sees the post. Apparently your boy Kylo, he posted the video of her cooking in last week's episode with that lingerie on, and apparently she just recorded it. She didn't actually post it, and she's very upset that Kylo will actually go out there and do this. And he made some edits to the actual video. Now, since she's standing in this influencer house, he's allowed to do this, and she's just now realizing that he can do it. But she wants to address him and tell him to take this down. Now, it's not surprising to me that he would actually do this. Y'all saw how thirsty he was in last week's episode. So for Hilary to record the video in that influencer's house, I mean, it's pretty much fair game. And he took advantage of what she put out. But hey, at the end of the day, she made the decision to be in the house. But I do understand her being upset about the post. We know he made it a little bit more sexual, and he did things to make the viewership on this video to go up. But what do you guys think of this? Who is in the wrong? Kylo definitely took advantage of this whole situation with Hilary to make some profit. And at the end of the day, it boosted up her name, and it did help her get a deal with Victoria's Secret. So it's almost like a double-edged sword, right? So at the end of the day, she has to deal with it and figure out what she really wants to do down the line. Now, Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv have a small argument about money, and we know Uncle Phil, he withdrawn money out of the account without even letting her know. And in this conversation, he is telling her like, look, is it okay that I'm, able to do it? But he's already done it. So she's upset like, man, you just went out and did it, and you didn't even have the conversation with me. And you're talking about you did it because it was your money and it was your account. So you already know what time it was when it came to that. She was not feeling it. And of course, Steven let him know like, man, you should never said that, because you already know she's going to be upset about what you just did and said. But at the same time, Steven did kind of put him on blast, talking about, should I transfer the money back? Like, dude, you could have just waited until after that whole conversation was over to ask him that question. Then we get to your boy Carlton. He's having a very, very bad day at practice. He's not himself. He is struggling. And of course, your boy Connor is running his mouth, talking about this is going to be a sport that y'all are not going to take or whatever. Pretty much saying that blacks take all the sports and lacrosse is a sport you are not going to be able to dominate in. This pisses off your boy Carlton. He makes sure he targets Connor. He lays him out and pretty much messes up his whole arm. So you already know Connor is going to try to get back at him at school. Now Will is having a conversation with Carlton. He is letting him know he has nothing to worry about and he does not need Connor at all. So Will has a whole game plan to throw a house party. That way everybody at school will think Carlton is cool and everybody will be on his side. It's a way for him to reinvent himself. Carlton's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't really want this party, but if it's a way to help his name, Carlton will definitely at least try it out to see if it can actually work. Now Hilary in her video is shown to unvib. She sees it. She's very upset about this. And of course, Hilary wants to figure out how she can actually get Kylo to take it down. And she's about to tell her pops, but unvib is like, look, you don't need to be going to tell him anything. He's already dealing with a lot of different things as of right now. You already know what he's going to do if you tell him this. So maybe you should figure out a way to fix this on your own. So that's exactly what Hilary's going to do, which we know she does go out there on her own later on in the episode and confront Kylo. Now, Aunt Viv is having a conversation with Uncle Phil. She's still pissed off about the little argument that they had. She is letting him know she is going to San Diego to this art event to get away and to handle business. We already know Uncle Phil is feeling some type of way about this. He doesn't know at first that Reed is going to be at this art event. Your boy Jeffrey tells him, like, look, we have a problem because this Reed character, he's going to be down there at this art event. I just checked his schedule and I've checked the things that he's been up to. This dude has a history of messing around with all these different females. And the sad part is a lot of these females that he's messed with in his past, they are all artists. So you already know Uncle Phil was not about to let that go. And he made his way down to San Diego. Now, Will and Carlton, they are hanging out and the party has started. It's still daylight out. Of course, your boy Carlton, he ain't really feeling it. But Will says, look, just chill out. The party gonna get jumping very, very soon. And just listen to me. I got you. So Will is very determined to make sure that your boy Carlton is good. And even though he was kicking it with Lisa in this episode, Will really wanted to help his cousin out no matter what. Now, your boy Reed, he is here. He is happy that Aunt Viv is at this art event. And of course, your boy Uncle Phil had to pop up to the party. And Aunt Viv, she was looking like she saw a ghost. Your boy Uncle Phil was like, I'm not having it at all. Because in his heart, he knows what the home Aunt Viv is like. But he doesn't know what the road Aunt Viv is like. He was on his Martin stuff, right? Y'all seen the episode with Martin when he went down to Chicago. Cole told him, like, look, it's two Ginas. You got the home Gina, nice, sweet, loving. And then you got the road Gina. Don't answer the phone, out partying all night with God knows who. Your boy Uncle Phil wasn't having it. He was like, look, I'm gassing up the Lexus and I'm headed down to San Diego. And he ruined the whole party for them because your boy Reed probably thought he had it all in the bag. He was like, man, I finally got her where I want her. But no, Uncle Phil was not having it. He had to ruin their all little get together. Now Jazz pops up to the party that Hilary helped throw with Will. And he's like, man, I seen that little video that you put out, you know what I'm saying, that lingerie. I told y'all in last week's recap that Jazz was going to be the first person that was going to watch that. And he trying to subscribe to that OnlyFans. Now he tells her, look, he just came there to keep her company. And of course, Hilary, she is down for the cause. She told him she did not want that video put out like that. And that's not really her character. So Jazz is going to kick it with her and going to go to meet up with Kylo and try to address this issue. Now, Uncle Phil is giving Aunt Viv a whole lot of attention, telling her how good she looked in that dress, you know, being very supportive, but we already know what he's doing. He doesn't want Reed popping up and giving his woman any attention, and he is trying to, of course, stop him from doing it. Now, Reed does pop up, and Uncle Phil, he doesn't waste any time, and he does not hold any punches back, letting Reed know he knows his rap sheet, and he knows that he has a history of messing around with his artists, and he doesn't trust the dude, plain and simple. Reed is like, look, I'm only interested in Aunt Viv's art. That is it. End of story. We already know Uncle Phil. He ain't going for that. He already know what time it is with this Reed dude. He knows he is trying to get at his girl. Now, Aunt Viv is upset about this. She doesn't like the way that Uncle Phil did this. And of course, she is questioning his actions. At the end of the day, your boy Uncle Phil does not trust Reed, so he wants to make sure he stops this dude for trying to do anything with Aunt Viv at all. Now, Lisa pops up to the party, and of course, her and Will, they're having a conversation, and she's telling him, like, look, you need to go ahead and tell Carlton how serious it is getting between us two. But Will is like, no, he doesn't want to ruin things as of right now with him, and he wants to make sure that this party goes well, and that he has hooked Carlton up with a girl named Aisha. Now, Carlton is having a conversation with Aisha, and at first it was going pretty good until she started talking about how he was actually better than his rep. And he's like, what's my rep? And she tells him, like, look, people are saying you're a sellout. Like, that's the word around the block. I mean, you play lacrosse, you like yachting and race cars. And he's like, man, so I lose my black card because of the things that I like. And she's like, well, not necessarily. It's because you never really been to a BSU meeting. And it seems like you don't really step up for some of the things that we go through as a people. Carlton was not feeling it at all. And he was like, look, I got to get up out of here. Hilary, she is kicking it with your boy Jazz. They're finally alone. And once again, we see the chemistry between the two. But this time, Jazz is able to get a kiss up out of Hilary. And it seems like the two, they're going to have a very, very interesting relationship, at least compared to the original show. And this time around, it seems like the two are very, very close. Your boy Jazz, man, he's on a mission. He's trying to clap those cheeks no matter what. But right when things was getting very, very interesting, Hilary is like, look, I got to take this call. She ended up getting the location of where Kylo was at, and she wants to go address this issue. Then we get back to Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv. They're having a whole argument about this whole Reed dude and why Uncle Phil is there and how she really feels about Reed. Now, she states that she does like the way Reed makes her feel about her art. She feels alive, at least from the attention that he gives her and that support. This is the same support that she wished she could have got out of Uncle Phil, and she wished that it wouldn't have not taken 15 years for this to actually happen, for him to actually give her some type of support when it comes to her art and not just brush it away. And Uncle Phil, he's just looking, you know what I'm saying? He's just listening to what she is saying. He is trying to analyze everything. He is letting her vent, but we do know eventually he's going to give his opinions on how he feels about this topic. Now, Will learns that Carlton is not having the best day at this party. Things did not go the way he wanted them to go with Aisha, and he doesn't really want to be there, and that it's easier for Will to have a party and to make things look a certain way when it comes to his character. But everybody knows Carlton, and they're going to feel a certain type of way about him regardless. So this whole thing, this whole party as of right now is not looking too good for Carlton, and it still seems like he's going to continue to have these issues. Now, we get to Hilary, we get to Kylo. She goes to address him about the whole posting, and he's like, look, your posting, it's created a lot of buzz. You got a lot of people supporting you, and of course, he is sorry that he put it up, but it's going to create better opportunities for you. She sees people there that's giving her support about what she did as far as the whole posting, and he tells her, you're going to have a potential deal with Victoria's Secret. Like, do you want me to set it up? And now her whole demeanor has changed. She's like, okay, I mean, I guess if you can get me that deal, we can, possibly talk business. Your boy Jazz is not feeling it at all. Deep down inside, he's like, man, so Hilary got a price. She's selling out for this. He ain't feeling it at all, which he does tell her later on in the episode. Now at the party, Will and Lisa, they continue to get closer and closer. The conversations get a little bit deeper. We know that Lisa wants to know why he is really there. She is opening up and she wants to know his secrets, right? Now we know earlier on in the episode, her dad asked her about, does she know about why he's really there? And she told him she is not going to be his spy. Now I honestly believe Lisa just wanted to, have Will open up. That way the two can get a little bit more closer. She does not want to screw him over, in my opinion. I believe she really likes Will and she wants to continue to have this relationship grow. And I believe this is one of the reasons why she told Will he needs to just tell Carlton the truth about them, because she is tired of hiding it. Now, Carlton gets a text from John, and John is telling him, like, look, man, come on down to the game room. Where are you at? So Carlton, he heads down there. He sees John, and apparently John, he done invited Connor. Now, Carlton was surprised that everybody showed up, but he was more surprised that Connor was there. And, of course, Connor was trying to act all funny like everything was good, but no. Carlton's like, look, dude, you need to apologize for all the stuff that you've been doing, all the racist stuff that you've been saying about not just me, but about everybody. We already know Connor, he's not going to be the bigger person and actually do this. And he ends up leaving and telling everybody else to screw themselves, right? Now, it seems like Carlton is finally stepping up. And your girl Aisha, she was staring at him like, okay, you finally, are addressing certain things that I actually like. So we're going to see if that relationship is going to build up later on in these episodes. Now, we get back to Uncle Phil and Viv. And now Phil is telling her the reasoning why he didn't necessarily push her back into the whole art thing. And he's saying, look, back when you was doing art, you was stressing out a whole lot. You was asking yourself, could you actually do it? And are you actually better than everybody else or certain people? And it was taking a toll on your body. You had a lot of insecurities about your work, and he did not like it. So he felt like he was saving her by supporting her in a different way. And this is why one of the reasons why he never brought it back up. But he did explain that he was Aunt Viv's biggest fan, and he definitely supported her. But Aunt Viv, in her heart, she's like, man, I don't need you to save me anymore. And artists, they do this. They challenge themselves and they ask themselves, are they better than certain people? This is just what artists do. And we know that she wants to continue to do this whole art thing. She still is upset about him not even, trying to push her back into art. And she feels like she needs to go and fix this issue on her own without any help. So we're going to see what's going to happen down the line. We know she does go back downstairs and she has a conversation with Reed. Then we get back to your boy Will and Lisa. And Lisa, she on one, y'all. She already plotted and planned to get up in that room with the whole cell phone thing. She wanted it from the jump. Now, Will tells her his truth. He says, look, I came here for a better education. He did not necessarily lie to her, but he did not tell her the full truth. Now, I don't blame him. I explained this in the video that I did about Lisa, that I don't blame Will for not necessarily telling her everything. I mean, you just got there. You can't trust everybody, and you don't want people using this to try to get at you for putting that information out there. Now, Lisa, she was gripping Will's shirt, and when girls have this type of grip, you already know what time it is, man. You know she wants it. She wasn't playing around. And Will, he was trying to back off. He was like, man, we kind of moving a little bit too fast. But Lisa, she was like, oh, hell nah. You knew she wanted it when they were sitting on the couch, and then she went and sat on that bed. And Will was telling her, like, could we just go a little slower? She's like, no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? We can go ahead and get it popping. So Will ends up clapping Lisa's cheeks. And man, this is going to be a big one. This is going to be a big one. Your boy Carlton going to feel some type of way about this. So in next week's episode, I would not be surprised if we see the return of coked out Carlton. Then we get back to Jazz and Hilary, and Jazz is upset. He's like, man, so you really going to do this? She's telling him, like, look, she just got to deal with Victoria's Secret, $15K per post. I'm looking like, dang, she making major moves, right? And Jazz is like, man, I can't believe you actually do something like this, especially after you bringing me along with you and all the stuff you was talking about as far as the whole posting thing. But Hilary is like, look, I'm going to make this money and put myself in a position later on to do the things that I actually want to do. But she's like, man, I got to continue to get this money. What do you guys think about this? Was Jazz right, or was Hilary's situation understandable? Let me know down below. Now, Viv, she's out there having a conversation with Reed. Well, Reed just actually popped up out of nowhere like he always does. And Viv, she's not even trying to talk about what she just went through with Uncle Phil. Instead, she wants to talk about this whole Neiman fellowship thing that your boy Reed was talking about. And it seems like the two are having a connection. So what's going to happen down the line? In my eyes, man, or my perspective, I feel like your boy Reed is happy. And I honestly believe that he's going to try to take advantage of Aunt Viv. That's just my opinion. The dude know what he's doing. He got a rap sheet, and that rap sheet is for a reason. Now we get to Will and Lisa. They in the bed cuddling. He just clapped those cheeks. They feeling good. They ain't even thinking about no party no more. They probably forgot the party was going on based off what we was seeing, right? Meanwhile, your boy Carlton, he is getting texts from Connor. Connor is telling him your new house guests are going to arrive soon. So you already know he got the boys up on their way. Now, Carlton, he is trying to find Will. He is asking everybody. Everybody don't know where they're at. Carlton is about to head up the stairs, and this is when the boys come. They arrive. Carlton is telling them that this is his spot. This is his party, so don't worry about it. Everything gonna be all right. But the boys, they don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't believing anything that he talking about. Now, Will and Lisa see the police lights and they already know what time it is. And Lisa's like, look, I can help out. We know Will does not want her going down there, but Lisa's like, look, I have connections. We know her pops is in law enforcement and she uses that as an advantage. So Carlton, he's about to get arrested. They got this dude hemmed up. He's looking very, very pissed off. Lisa comes downstairs. She lets the officers know that she is the daughter of Freddie Fred and he is on the phone right now. So Lisa is able to neutralize all this. She saves Carlton, but Carlton don't really care. He's more upset because he's seeing that Will and Lisa was upstairs in the room and he already know what time it was. And Will done changed his outfit. He's like, yeah, I know what y'all was up there doing. And he's very, very pissed off. I think he's more upset because Will was trying to help him out throughout the episode. So in Carlton's eyes, he's like, man, so this whole time you were trying to act all cool. Meanwhile, you was going behind my back, clapping Lisa's cheeks. So once again, it seems like Will and Carlton, they're going to be back on bad terms. In this episode, seeing that Carlton had a bad experience with the police, I believe he's going to start to defend and step up when it comes to black issues and be a little bit more aware to those things. But still, I know he's feeling some type of way about Lisa. I know he does not like that at all. And as I told you guys, don't be surprised if we see the return of coked out Carlton in next week's episode. But what do you guys think about episode 7? It went down at the house party. Your boy Will, he was able to clap Lisa's cheeks. Coked out Carlton, he was upset after seeing how everything went down. The whole party idea, I guess it was not the best for him. And it seems like he's going to be very, very pissed off in next week's episode. Your boy Reed, he continues to move in for the kill on Aunt Viv. And of course, your boy Jazzy Jeff, man, he got the kiss out of Hilary, but we know your girl Hilary got a price. You know what I'm saying? She got a price. So $15K a post. I mean, at the end of the day, that girl about to get that bread. But we do know it's going to be some consequences on that whole deal with Victoria's Secret, in my opinion. Now, we'll be breaking down the episode 8 trailer once they release it. We will talk about the next upcoming episode very, very soon. So stay tuned for that video. But thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch you guys very, very soon. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.